And we did not miss out on calling each and every day.
We asked the San Antonio water system about the reported leak. A SAW spokeswoman says a water main break caused a trench to collapse. It was scheduled for repairs last night, but crews were busy with higher priority calls.
I think it's important that SAWS takes their calls seriously. We've called 6-7 times to SAWS and they were all just kind of, blown off. They didn't understand the severity of it, even though we tried describing how bad it was. And then sure enough, it took this.
Now, we've been out here since 6:45, just before those records showed up to remove the bus from that collapsed trench. And this is what it looks like now. SAWS crews have been working since 8 o'clock when that bus was removed to cut through the ground, make that hole a lot bigger so they can get down there and fix that water main break. They tell us they'll likely be out here till past midnight. They also say they have 52 crews that work 24/7. And to put things into perspective, last month they had 729 water main breaks or water leaks. For August, they're expecting 940. On the northeast side, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, a problem you definitely don't want to deal with. Thank you. In other news tonight, 4 agencies are investigating 2 early morning shootings that left a teen and a 23-year-old dead. And investigators say those crimes are connected. The shootings happened in Jourdanton and Pleasanton around 2 this morning. Now, police in Jourdanton say that 23-year-old Jorge Erosa was shot and killed on Elm Street. And then 30 minutes later, someone called Pleasanton police to a different shooting on North Mansfield. That's where they found 18-year-old Ross Cruz Jr. dead. Now, law enforcement, they think the shootings are related. The Atascosa County Sheriff's Office and Texas Rangers are helping in this investigation. Later this afternoon, Jourdanton police posted a picture on Facebook. It shows officers arresting somebody, but they haven't yet said whether that arrest is related to either of those shootings.
An arrest has been made in a deadly shooting that happened this afternoon. The suspect right there walked in front of our cameras just a few hours ago. He is 20-year-old Jakirian Walker. Police say he shot and killed a man around 1 o'clock today outside a gas station on FM 78 near Loop 410 and Benz Engelman Road. Officers tell us it happened over an argument about money. And right now, Walker is charged with murder.
All right, so just take a moment because we're going to show you something. You probably remember this video. The former San Antonio police officer accused of shooting a teenager in a McDonald's parking lot was back in court today. He's James Brennan. He's facing multiple charges in connection to this shooting. Now, Brennan is accused of shooting 17-year-old Eric Cantu multiple times. Bexar County Assistant District Attorney Daryl Harris says the body camera video supports those charges.
The video that was released speaks for itself, and we believe it violates law, and we're pursuing it that way.
A grand jury indicted Brennan on 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant and 1 count of attempted murder. Now, next month, Eric Cantu is expected to be back in court in his own defense because he's charged with theft in an unrelated case.
The city of San Antonio and several local churches and organizations will receive federal funding to help with migrants. The San Antonio Food Bank and city received the biggest grants locally from the Department of Homeland Security. Its Shelter and Services program distributed more than $77 million to 53 recipients from 13 states and Washington, D.C. That includes $5.4 million right here in San Antonio. That money will help cover costs for migrants going through immigration proceedings.
So now we're going to go to Eagle Pass. That's where Governor Greg Abbott is showing off Operation Lone Star to governors from non-border states who support his decision to install buoys and barbed wire along the state line.
The Night Team's Jonathan Cotto joins us with how the governor is selling his plan and what he's done to change it to avoid a border dispute with Mexico.
Governor Greg Abbott, along with several other governors in Eagle Pass today, and they are in full support of Operation Lone Star. Now, these governors are here today because they too have sent some of their National Guard here. Now, the biggest takeaway is that these governors are supporting the use of these buoys to discourage illegal immigration.
The governors from Iowa, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and South Dakota all had an opportunity to get a bird's eye view of the orange buoys placed along the Rio Grande in Eagle Pass. At the press conference, Governor Abbott defended Operation Lone Star and Texas authorities to continue to secure the border. The fellow governors also confirmed they will stand behind any consequences Governor Abbott may face from the Biden administration.
But us governors, we're not going to stand idly by and see this disaster wreaked upon the United States. And that's why they have come here and why they are sending their personnel here, because they know that we as states share an obligation.
A survey conducted by the U.S. International Boundary and Water Commission released last week stated that most of the 1,000-foot linked buoys were on the Mexico-owned portion of the river. Abbott says Texas moved the buoys to ensure they are on the U.S. side.
Now, we also spoke to La Unión del Pueblo Entero, a migrant advocacy group who says the Department of Justice is preparing to request an emergency injunction by a federal judge that would require the state of Texas to remove the buoys from the Rio Grande. There's supposed to be a special hearing taking place tomorrow in regards to the buoy's positioning. We'll bring you the latest as information is made available. In Eagle Pass, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
In other news, former President Donald Trump is going to turn himself into Fulton County, Georgia authorities on Thursday, and that's according to Trump himself. He wrote that on his social media platform, Truth Social. This comes hours after Trump's attorneys and the Fulton County District Attorney agreed on a $200,000 bond for the former president. Trump and 18 other co-defendants are facing state racketeering charges after a years-long investigation into attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
Back here at home, summer vacation is over for another group of local students that returned to school today. That list includes Comal, Medina Valley, New Braunfels, Somerset, and Southwest ISDs.
Now, students from Northside ISD are still enjoying their summer vacation, but that district also has a new leader.
Dr. John Kraft is officially taking over at Northside after leaving Killeen ISD. Kraft sits down with KSAT Steve Spriester in the latest edition of Spriester Sessions and talks about how Northside is ready for the new year.
Some of your predecessors have been pretty outspoken, sometimes critics of the way the school districts are funded in the state of Texas and some of the different things that have happened in the state of Texas. Do you see yourself in that role as well?
I do. I do foresee being that advocate, not only for the students here at Northside ISD, but for the 5.5 million students across the state of Texas. And of course, had two really good mentors in that regard. But that work's going to have to carry forward because there is an effort right now, I believe, to not only underfund, but undermine public education. And we have too many students that are counting on us.
I don't know if you feel like this, but it does seem at certain points that public education and even teachers are under attack for certain things.
It does, and unfortunately we have a academic accountability system that I don't know that it really credits the hard work that so many of our teachers, particularly in our impoverished campuses, are coming to work and putting forth each and every day. And so we've got to work hard to make the profession more attractive. I'm very, very concerned from a staffing standpoint of what's happening not only across the state of Texas, but across the nation as we're trying to recruit the next generation of educators, and because the pipelines are really bare right now. They're drying up at a rate that is very, very concerning.
You can watch the entire Spriester session online right now on all KSAT streaming services. All you need to do is scan that QR code you see on your screen.
So the summer is technically wrapping up, but wildfire danger is still very much here. While fire crews in Medina County are facing challenges as they try to stop a brush fire from growing. Praying for rain and relief, Medina County fire crews work to contain a brush fire before it becomes a wildfire.
Yeah, fire crews from around the state have been at it for a week now. That I-Team's Patty Santos gives us a closer look at the brush fire north of Castroville near State Highway 2676.
Crews move up and down County Road 265, dousing hot spots from unburned brush inside a contained fire line.
We haven't seen this fire grow in over 36 hours, but there's still a lot of heat out here.
At 85% containment, Medina County ESD1 Fire Chief Clint Cook says there's still some risks. More than 400 acres burned over the weekend.
We had homes within a mile of this fire.
Assistant Fire Chief Sarah Windsor directed crews She says the dry, windy conditions made it a challenge.
It grew very quickly in a very short amount of time.
It's been a busy week for volunteer firefighters who have responded to other small fires around the county as well. But the big one, known as the Stead Fire, started August 13th and then reignited over the weekend. Medina County Emergency Management Coordinator Mark Chadwick says rough, rocky terrain slowed their efforts.
We were hitting it as hard as humanly possible, as fast as we could, with everything we could throw at it.
With the help of a mostly volunteer local fire team, calling on county and state agencies with bulldozers, these crews continued to press on. Chadwick says only rain can save them.
We need some good soaking rain that's going to come in here, provide some moisture back to the soil, and get things to a condition to where we can feel a little more comfortable.
And we also have to remember that in addition to fighting that hot fire, they also have to face this triple-digit heat. So fire crews everywhere are asking people to be on the lookout for brush fires. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Situation that we're watching there. Yeah, 91 degrees out there right now. And we got to go back to the stuff that we're excited about watching. Adam, the R word again.
That's a good word.
I can't hear it enough.
It's a good word. I like it. Keep saying it. Yeah, we'll have some rain, but don't get too excited because it's not exactly equal opportunity when it comes to the rainfall. Let's get right to our rain chances and the best opportunity. The best window of opportunity tomorrow is between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. for San Antonio. However, despite that being decent chances up to 60%, we're only looking at around 1/4 inch of rain for those of us that actually get it around most of San Antonio and Bexar County. We'll have some passing, scattered downpours with some lightning and thunder, generally between 11 and 5 p.m. So here's the latest on Tropical Depression 9. Still a tropical depression, but keep in mind, this wind speed here, now at 35, that just needs to make it to 40 miles per hour, and this is a tropical storm. Likely to happen overnight. That would become Tropical Storm Harold. Either way, still not a wind event. It's moving too quickly westward to really strengthen that rapidly. But notice the spaghetti plots keeping it south of Corpus Christi, between Corpus Christi and South Padre Island, with a landfall around 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, this is just one computer model representation. So keep in mind, this isn't the only solution out there. But what I like about this is that it's good at illustrating that the vast majority of the rain is going to be south of San Antonio. Morning drive, morning commute, I think it's going to be dry, A-OK. Between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., that's when some of that rain gets thrown our way. I think we'll just have a few bands or batches of these downpours heading through town. And as close as 50 miles south of downtown, I mean, we're talking Pleasanton, Jourdanton. You can see some pretty good downpours as well. But locally, we think we're right on the edge of that rainfall shield that's going to be moving through. Then it transitions westward along the Rio Grande tomorrow late afternoon and into the early evening hours. And then I think by tomorrow night and Wednesday, we really dry out and the sky clears out. Good way to look at it here. These lighter greens along Highway 90 and I-10, the least amount of rain. The darker greens, Laredo, Frio, Corpus Christi, the most amount of rain. Closer to 1/4 inch around town. Of course, there's going to be exceptions to that. But between Laredo and Corpus Christi, I think it's a very good bet of widespread 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. You can even pick up a quick few inches in parts of Atascosa County and locations just 50, 75 miles south of San Antonio. So here's that recap. I said it a lot. I'll say it again. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., brief passing showers and a few storms. Rainfall locally closer to 1/4 inch for most of us. And there is the off chance of a few severe storms that could develop quick spin ups. Sometimes we get these tropical funnels that can pop out of some of those thunderstorms. So that's an isolated situation, but something we'll keep an eye on. I really want to touch on temperatures. 105 our high today. That's a record by 1 degree. Marks our 56th 100-degree day and our 23rd consecutive 100-degree day. We made the run for 21. We beat it over the weekend. 23. That's the most we've ever had on record. Tomorrow, that streak comes to an end. Down to 93 for the high temperature. We should hit that around midday and then pretty much stay steady there through 4 or 5 p.m. But notice how we'll have mostly cloudy skies and those shower chances best between Say it with me, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. I want to point out Del Rio had 44 100-degree days in a row. Tomorrow, put an end to that streak at 92 for the high. 94 Converse, Von Army, Elmendorf 92. Stone Oak about 94 for the afternoon high. Back to 100 though Wednesday, and notice as we get into Friday through the weekend, still in the low 100s, but a few isolated pop-up afternoon showers possible Friday, this upcoming weekend, and even early next week. A little shift in the pattern there, too.
93 is going to feel like a break. That's so funny. All right, thank you.
High school football kicks off this week. That means BGC is back, and we're starting off with a big one.
Yeah, number 1 and number 2 in the city in 5A, 6A, and 12's top 12. We're talking about Steele and Brennan. What a showdown. And, of course, these two played an instant classic last season. Yes, it's another early season test for both. Plus, Deuce Vaughn is making a pretty big impact with the Dallas Cowboys coming up.
We plan on trying to go undefeated, and then definitely in the playoffs, we plan on winning the state championship.
Alvin Williamson Jr. and the Steel Knights will start their march to state Friday night in Big Board Sports. Our big game this week will feature the number 1 ranked Steel Knights facing number 2, the Brennan Bears, in 12's top 12. The regular season is here, and this is a sweet matchup to help us kick off week 1 in big game coverage. Last season, these two faced off in the opening week in the KSAT Pigskin Classic, and Steel won a thriller, 35-34, scoring the final points with 18 seconds left in regulation. Chad Warner to Royal Capel for the tie, and then the extra point for the win. These two squads are a bit different from a season ago for sure, but Steel knows Brennan is a huge test right out of the gate.
We're very excited, but we're just focusing on preparing ourselves really. We know that they're a worthy opponent. They're going to give us a good matchup. So we're really just getting ready this week. We've been preparing all summer, getting ready for the season.
Especially with the schedule we have, I mean, it's going to prepare us to go along and play harder and just help us prepare and just keep getting better and better as we keep playing. And it's just a great way to start playing against them.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. Anytime we're setting a preseason schedule, you want to play some teams that are really well coached and compete at a high level, and Brennan does that for sure. So we'll get a test early.
Coach Signs and his Steel Knights will host the Brennan Bears Friday night, 7:30 at Lenhoff Stadium.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys rookie running back, number 42, Deuce Vaughn, is having a solid preseason. Saturday at Seattle, he had 14 yards on 5 carries, and he broke off this sweet 14-yard touchdown run in the Cowboys' 22-14 loss. The week before that, versus the Jaguars, he rushed for 50 yards on 8 carries while breaking off a 4-yard touchdown run. Finding the end zone 2 weeks in a row is awesome for the 6th-round draft pick. So what did he do better this week compared to last?
I feel like I was more comfortable as far as playing faster. Last week I feel like there were a couple of times, whether that be in pass protection or whether that be running the football, that I kind of wasn't playing as fast because I was thinking a little bit more. But another game under my belt, second game, I feel like I played a little bit faster today.
Houston Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans canceled joint practices with the Saints this week because he said his team was just too banged up, so he thought it was in the best interest of the squad to stay back in Houston and practice against each other at the Methodist Training Center.
Yes, with these practices, our guys are still competing. And what I want to see from our guys as we go out to practice is just improve on the fundamentals and the techniques, things we need to improve on from the game, things we can get better at. It's things that we can control, which is encouraging. And so that's what I'm looking for our guys to just hone in on the details of their assignments, the details of their job, and see if we can get a little bit better this week. And I think this would be a great opportunity to do that going against each other.
Dallas Cowboys will close down their preseason schedule Saturday night at 7 against the Raiders at AT&T Stadium, and the Texans will play their preseason finale Sunday night at 7 in New Orleans with the Saints. Now, the Texas State Bobcats have a serious battle going on at quarterback. Auburn transfer TJ Finley, Arkansas transfer Malik Hornsby, Baylor transfer CJ Rogers, and PJ Hatter appear to be the top 4, and neither one has taken a game snap for the Cats. 3 of those guys are from Power 5 programs, so that's impressive. Here's Coach Kitty on the newest transfer, Finley.
Yeah, I think he's done really well. He's a true pro. Like I said, he's been coached well. I think, he's only had so many practices, with us. So sometimes you forget that he wasn't with us in the spring. He wasn't with us all of summer. So I think he's done a really good job of learning the playbook and going out there and putting it on the field. So really, really happy with where he's at.
Quarterback Carson Kaiser from Bernie Champion is also on the Bobcats roster. A skunk played hide and seek in the outfield after the break.
We've got a skunk delay in right field.
That was our play of the week last night on Instant Replay. So a skunk recently delayed the Missions baseball game at the Springfield Cardinals. The skunk popped up around the right field fence and cruised the warning track, and at one point went behind the padding on the wall. The grounds crew did a nice job and were able to direct the skunk through an open gate in right field, allowing the game to resume, and hopefully nobody got sprayed by the little guy. The Missions are off today and will start a 6-game homestand tomorrow with Amarillo. In the bigs tonight, at last check, the Houston Astros are leading the Red Sox 9-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Houston is looking to break a 3-game slide, and the Rangers, who've lost 4 straight, are leading the Diamondbacks 1-0 in the top of the 7th.
Never want to get skunked at a baseball game.
You sure don't. Never, never, never.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Best chance for rain around town between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Remember, the heaviest rain, the highest accumulations will be south of Highway 90 and even closer to the Rio Grande. It's back to 100 by Wednesday through the weekend, but some isolated afternoon storms by Friday.
Let's just keep our fingers crossed for that. We all need it. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.